Okay, good afternoon, grade 12 learners. Welcome at this afternoon session of English First Additional Language. On Monday, you write your paper 1, and we thought it would be a good idea to help you, to guide you in the sense as how should you answer the question paper, how are you going to tackle the paper. So to help us, I brought along March this year's 2014 supplementary exam, and I'm going to go through that and show you certain things. First of all, when you get your question paper, the most important thing is that you read the instructions very carefully, because there's a purpose why they are given to you. Now, initially, they just tell you all the familiar information, that you have 3 sections, a comprehension section, the summary, and the language, just as you used to get during the course of the year. Then you have to remember, you have to try and answer all the questions. And at every question, you're also going to get instructions, and you have to remember to read all those instructions as well. And then remember the markers at the end of the year. It's a lot of scripts that they have to mark, and sometimes they get very tired. So you have to structure your answer script in such a way and answer your questions in such a way that it's easy for them to find the information and to mark it. And that's why they ask you to start each section on a new page. Then as well, leave a line open between your answers. It makes marking just so much easier. Then number your answers correctly, exactly the same as they are numbered on the question paper. Don't differ, don't change. If they number it an A, you also number it an A. If they number it 1.3.1, you also number it 1.3.1. And then, since it's the language paper, you have to pay attention to spelling and sentence construction. Although you are not penalized for it in the comprehension and the summary part, really, it is important. And then write neatly and legibly. It's difficult to figure out what a learner is trying to say if we can't read what they are writing. And then just to help you a little bit, for those of you who struggle with time and you do not know if you're going to get finished in time within the 2 hours time allocated to the paper, a bit of advice. For the comprehension test, I would advise you, if you get your question paper, take time to read through the comprehension test. If you spend about 50 minutes of your 2 hours on the comprehension test, then for the summary, it's a short passage, it's not that long, so I would advise you to spend about 30 minutes on the summary. And then for the language section, that's going to contain 3 or 4 questions, I would advise you to spend the last 40 minutes. If you finish a little bit faster with the comprehension test, you're not going to use the full 50 minutes, then it just gives you extra time to go through your answers and see that you did not make unnecessary mistakes. And that's the instructions. And that's the first thing you're going to read through when you are going to start answering your question paper on Monday. Good. Now, the first section is comprehension. Now, it's difficult to teach comprehension. That's something that needs to be practiced. And I believe that you've practiced it well during the course of the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few tips, just a quick revision on what you have to remember when answering a comprehension test. I brought along a few slides that I would like to show to you. And